Let them see. I mean, they're gonna see.
We call this the museum. It's a little misleading because not all of these things are things that would have really been left over from that operation. Some of them are reproductions or representations, so you can kind of see what's going on. So you can imagine if there was a saltwater mining vat made out of wood 200 years ago, most of that stuff long since rotted away. But we've made things like this V-vat, right? Similar to Echo Auditorium. We're not very creative, so V-vats just had that V shape. What was nice about them was that they were small and you could break them down into parts and you could take them back into little spots in the cave that you wanted to work on your process. So if you've ever made coffee, you know there's a filter. You put the coffee grounds in the filter, pour water over top of it, and then the stuff that comes out underneath is that liquid with all the caffeine and all the stuff that we really want out of it. Getting nitrates is kind of the same process. You've already got them in the soil. We're adding some potash, put it in the top, mix it all around, add a bunch of water. The water runs through all of that, and the liquid that comes out the bottom has the niter inside that we want. We'd use those to fill up these big tanks over here, and we'd put fires underneath them and boil all the water away. And what was left was tiny little saltpeter crystals. Scoop those crystals out. That's about 70% of the recipe to get you on your way to making black powder. The remaining 30% is roughly an equal blend of sulfur and charcoal. Ideally, willow charcoal. So willow trees are the best charcoal if you want to draw with charcoal. They're also the best if you want to make black powder. So those ratios change depending on what you're trying to do, and how you're milling it. But that's roughly the recipe to make black powder, and that's what they were doing. So now you don't have to buy that anymore. You just make your own. Think of all the money you're going to save. Yes. Sure. Yeah.
Stage, those rocks, were those cut or is that natural? Like, the way they best?
Those are big pieces of breakdown that they're flat like that because of the strata. So like you see this is fancy geology.
Those are
Bigger.
not face the stage.
They are broken, but the reason that they're long and flat like that is because they're in those layers.
Look at that.
Good
Thank you,
question.
sir.
Yeah. So same as that little tiny V-vat over there, we also have these big
It's
square
about
vats like this.
1,500.
If you have room,
1,500.
yep.
Maybe 50.
Okay.
Do I let them go or do I take them out?
You would take them out.
Very well, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Are you gonna? Oh, after you do that, are you gonna? Will you come back in just in case we have somebody from the? Thank you. So same idea as that little V-vat, but if you had room, it would be nicer to have lots of people be able to work on the same vat at the same time. So we'd make these big square vats. Same idea though, right? Like you're putting the coffee grounds in the top, you're adding all the water, all the good stuff's coming out the bottom through the filter. In this case, that filter is just a bunch of logs that have been hollowed out like these C's, just to keep the chunks out. Same idea though, all that liquid hits that trough, runs back down, we boil it all off, and that's how we're getting all the parts that we need. There would have been a lot of water that was needed for this operation, so